Rabbi Alper, I did not know this when you were part of my wedding ceremony at my home. You say for a relationship of different faiths to work, someone has to compromise their faith. That basically one of the two of us, is not as religious as we think.
Usually
I didn't know you felt this way.
Well, usually that's the case. Especially I've done hundreds of intermarriages, and as a rabbi, I insist couples that I marry raise the kids as Jews. In my case, I find that couples usually are a religious person and a non-religious person. The problem is when raising a child in an interfaith marriage is that if mom is Jewish and dad is Christian, you're saying to the child, mom believes that Jesus is the Messiah. Dad believes that Jesus is not the Messiah. You, if they're raising them both, you believe that Jesus is the Messiah and is not the Messiah. You can't do that for a child. Parents have to guide children, give them direction. So I think it's really important to raise the child in one religion or the other. I'd prefer be.
I really didn't know this when you were at my house. This is a big moment for me. Because, we were just in Texas over Thanksgiving, and I have this picture of my favorite Uncle Henry. He's holding Moses. He has a shirt on that says, Jesus is coming. There's my child with Uncle Henry. I understand the major difference here, but when you are from different faiths, there's just some key things in religion. Being a good person, right. Honoring and helping other people. Yes, the Jesus question is a big one. But there are core things about my husband's faith as a Jewish person and mine as a Christian we want to raise a good person.
Of course, everyone wants to raise a good person. Everyone. But when the child ultimately decides what religion he or she wants to be, it forces the child to choose mother over father. Father over mother, grandparents of one side over grandparents of the other side. It's critical that parents guide a child and decide what religion the child will be raised in, because it's simply not good parenting.
Reverend Lewis, you are from an interfaith. Yeah. Your religion is?
I'm a Presbyterian. My husband's United Methodist, so we're in a mixed relationship.
So what is your thought on what Rabbi?
I have a different point of view. I think maybe because I'm a Protestant clergy, a Christian clergy, I have a different point of view, which is to say that rather than compromise, I think I've married couples who more collaborate. Like your experience was collaborating. We're going to do a bris and a baptism. So most of the couples that I've been in relationship with, I ask them to do a few things. Tamron, one is to be candid. What really matters to you? Like, tell the truth. I really need this thing, or I'm gonna feel like I'm being unfaithful. And what's not important, you let it go.
Right.
But what is important, you keep. And I actually think it's beautiful for children to be exposed to more than one faith so the child can grow up and actually make their own decision.
Lindsay and Mike, you were married 5 years. Neither of you converted. Lindsay, as I mentioned, your grandparent is a Holocaust survivor. How was that for you when you brought home Mike, who's a wonderful guy, but you brought home a Christian? How was that?
Mike's actually a Catholic.
Catholic, but that's Christian.
Yeah, so being raised as the granddaughter of a Holocaust survivor, it's always been so important to me. I think one of the biggest lessons that we can all learn from the Holocaust is tolerance and inclusiveness. And so it hasn't been challenging for me to be able to incorporate his traditions into my own life. And then, of course, as we have children, to be able to blend the two. As you said, it's collaborative. And so it's just very, very important to me, and I always try to share with my children as well that we want to invite people into our world and share what we do. So,
Mike, what do you do for the holidays? I mean, we've got the big Christmas tree behind us. In our house, we have the Christmas tree, and we have menorah. We have the whole thing. We just bring out everything in our house.
We do the same, and I think for the kids, I mean, our kids are 4 and 2, and at that age, it's just fun. For them, it's 8 days of celebrating with Hanukkah, and they get all the family together for Christmas. When Lindsay and I first started dating, before we had kids, even then we sort of combined the two holidays. I had designed a Jewish star that I put on top of the Christmas tree in our apartment, or my apartment, before we even lived together.
Yeah.
So I think it was always something for us that we wanted to do together, and it was really about the traditions. And
before you got married, did you, and perhaps you talked about having children, did you come up with a plan of how you would handle this if you were to have children?
Yeah, I think we always wanted to be open and expose them to both traditions, because for us it's, aside from the religious elements, there's also the tradition and the ties to our history that are just both so important, and we wanted to show them both and keep it open.